Welcome to Not Ready for the Farm as we explore the journey of aging. We navigate the blessings of growing older, how to age well, live fully with passion, purpose, relevancy, connection, and a good attitude. All through our laughter, our tears, our power, and of course, our changing bodies. We're not out of date. Our minds and hearts are curious, inspired, wise, and brave. With longer lifespans now, we spend more years as seniors than ever as kids. So we've got to get this right. After all, no one's getting out alive. In today's episode, we're bringing you two segments that each illustrates my personal philosophy and deep belief that the chapters ahead of us, if we choose, can be among the richest, most rewarding of our lives. The old script for aging, slowing down, stepping back, fading into the woodwork, is totally being rewritten by our neighbors, our friends, maybe you too. We're introducing you to some incredibly engaged and inspired seniors who are leaning into life. They have found their people, they're discovering new passions, or enhancing their most joyous skills. Through their engagement in new pursuits, they are building communities they never expected and waking up every morning with somewhere to be and something to look forward to. That's what this episode is about. Staying active, staying curious, staying connected to the world, to others, and to yourself. The meaningful journey of aging, emphasizing here the word meaningful. Nothing wrong with sitting in the rocker watching TV. I do it every night and love my streaming shows. But I haul myself out of bed in the morning looking forward to new adventures. First, you'll meet my new friends, the men and women of the Orange County Lockdown Band, talented folks who are digging deeper into their lifelong passions for music, playing, singing, and songwriting, multi-generational. You're going to hear 3 original songs from remarkable seniors whose stories have touched me as much as we hope it will inspire you. Not because their lives are extraordinary in some distant, unattainable way, but because they are so wonderfully, encouragingly ordinary people like the rest of us. They've created community for themselves and found their tribe, an activity to keep them motivated and excited for years to come. We'll later meet another group of folks who participate in the Chatham Senior Games, who have found another path toward personal fulfillment. So whether you're already out there filling your days with purpose and joy, or sitting at home wondering if there's still a place for you in this world, I promise you, today's stories are for you. Let's dive in. When people talk about retirement, they think about slowing down, okay? All the things they don't have to do.
They haven't met you, but continue.
Oh, well, I'm not retired yet.
Oh, fair. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm still here. Not ready for the farm, although I'm not sure that retirement is the farm. I don't think it is. Some people think it's when you die. Some people think it's when you move to another facility for care. Some people think it's retirement. I don't know. We're asking all our viewers.
Well, yeah, we're expanding our understanding.
Yeah, we want people to tell us, email us, to let us know what you think the farm is, because we all have different opinions about it. I'm not even sure I know what it is, but I'm not ready for it if it's any different than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So today we have some great guests. Okay, we met these folks over at the Sidetrack Bar where you decide to hold your birthday party.
Yeah.
And you brought all your Gen X friends, some millennials, okay?
And some boomers.
And some boomers.
A boomer.
A boomer.
Yeah.
And it was me.
Yeah, that was you.
Okay, and I saw people there who could, still fog a mirror too.
Yeah.
Who were older than I was, although it wasn't easy to find. But anyway, so here we are at your birthday party at this wonderful, funky little place out in Hillsborough, and this band is playing.
Right.
And I'm not used to walking in and having a band have good music where it's not too loud, okay? Or I just liked the vibe. It was great. And these people were playing and this woman was singing. And all of us kept saying, wow, the band's good, the band's good.
Yeah.
And so we loved it. And we met them, and we met Bob Hartford, who's our first guest today. And it's with a group called Orange County Lockdown Band, because they were formed during COVID. I guess they didn't like being at home like you and I were, or they figured that they'd get into their garages and practice. But let me tell you, most of these people are like in their 70s, okay?
You're saying that as if it's old.
It's not old, but it's surprising to go in a place and you see a bunch of old white dudes who are really cool. No, they're really...
They are really cool.
They're really cool and playing great music and loving it. And so we talked to them afterward, right?
Yeah.
And asked them to come today. And they did. They showed up. And our first guest is Bob Hartford. Hello, Bob.
Hey, Judy, how are you?
Good. I'm great. It's really good to see you and have you join us today. Thank you so much for coming out of your cave.
It's my pleasure.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to hearing all about how you formed this band. You're the leader of the band, which means you're the guy who has to make sure that the bar bill is paid at the end of the night, right?
We usually leave without paying the bar bill.
I like that. That's good
That's part
stuff.
of being in a band.
That's
Knowing
part of
where
being
the
in-
back door is.
Mhm.
Good policy.
During COVID, what motivated you to start up the band and bring the group together?
This group is somewhat of a composite of people I've played with, in some cases, for over 30 years. Just the desire to have that communication, to be in touch. So I just pulled together people I'd played with in various groups over time and said, hey, we're just not doing anything. Let's move the studio out on the porch and play out there. And we did. And people in the neighborhood started coming around sitting in the yard because they could be outside.
Yeah.
The COVID thing. And that's kind of where it started. And it was a pasty old white guy band.
I saw for myself.
Oh, jeez. We were a pasty old
Pasty
white guy
old
band.
Southern white guy band.
We did, however, become discovered by a young woman named Sara LaFone with a fabulous voice and a way of communicating with the audience
Yeah.
that everyone wishes they could do if they're a performer. And she said, well, if you pasty old guys will play behind me, I'll be your lead vocalist. And that's where the band came
Well, she's terrific. I mean, we heard her. You guys were playing a whole spectrum of music.
Yeah.
It wasn't heavy rock, but you play everything, blues, country, original stuff. It was just such a great sound. The Orange County Lockdown Band.
And I would stress that well over half of our material is original material. And when people hear the songs, oftentimes they will come to the stage and say, who did that song? I've heard that. That was a good, where have I heard that? And it's pretty nice to be able to say, well, that's one of ours.
Pull up your guitar real quick and play something real quick for us.
Fire's running wild on the canyon road, hoping like hell the water's gonna hold. Whistle for the dog, maybe the wind will change. Talking to the Lord, send the rain. A crack in the sky and a red shines through. Can't see the sun and the sky ain't blue. Memories are burning like a branch in a flame. Packing to run, we're burning again. Looking it over another day older, shoulder to shoulder with you.
Thank you so much.
That was great.
Bob, you're terrific. You're staying so active and curious and with purpose and connection. Really shows with all your band members and sharing that with all of us. And it shows that as you get older, you just don't have to step back. You can lean in. You can find your purpose. You can keep active. You can do what you
And
love.
you don't have to be a musician. Just do something.
Just do something. Now
running.
we have the bass player with Orange County Lockdown, Rob Nelson. And welcome, Rob, who
Thanks.
goes by the alias Kern Ramble. And you're quite a prolific songwriter, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so. I've been writing songs for quite a while, since the 80s. So I've got 40 years writing songs.
This is
Wow.
fantastic. You have a whole catalog of songs. If our audience goes to our website, they'll be able to find you. So you're 58. You're not in the 70s like a couple of the old geezers that are with the band.
Right.
So you now, how is it for you to carry the equipment in? Is it heavy, or bass isn't that heavy to carry?
No, it's not too bad. But I did buy the lightest amp you could possibly get because I don't like carrying heavy
Oh.
things.
But you're the young guy. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
like the Sherpa for the band.
That's true.
What does working with the band give you as far as self-expression?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean,
It'll be my first one today. Okay? I see the whole thing, and I see you all aging, and which is the journey of aging that we're all on, and doing things you love you're passionate about, and you keep doing it. You want to get better at it no matter how old you get. You want to keep perfecting the entire experience for yourself. You're really playing for yourself. Even though you want to please the audience, we all want to do a better job within ourselves. I want to know why you keep playing, and will you keep playing forever? And is it the one thing you would never give up?
True, I would give up probably anything before giving up music.
Would you share a Kern Ramble song with us? Can you use the guitar and do that?
Yeah, this is a song called When I'm 94, so it has aging, but it's
relevant.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm still with you when I'm 94, I'll still be in love with you. I know it's true. It may sound a bit crazy. How can I know what the future brings when every day is a new sunrise and every night is an ending that starts again? I've made mistakes now, I've made a few, but hooking up with you was a brilliant move. I may not be here, I can't predict the age when I leave this place and rise up to the firmament, sink into the ground where the flowers grow, and live again.
Thank you.
That's
a little depressing, even though it's upbeat.
Oh, I thought it was perfect.
It's so sweet.
I thought it was
very
perfect.
sweet, but I'll stick flowers when you're in the ground.
Well,
okay, I love that part.
there's
I'm the
that,
one
yeah.
who's dreading all that
Oh.
discussion, you know.
I know.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
That was really wonderful.
Rob. So we're very lucky today to have the lead singer and the glue that holds these ancient bodies together. Sara LaFone, you're terrific. We were there for Jess's birthday, and we heard you, and you were like amazing. And it was hard to not turn around and pay attention and saying, "Who is that singing?"
The way that I ended up with this band is so important to like what it feels like to make music with these people. It's so important to like be with these guys. My connection to them is like so personal.
Yeah, tell me more about that. I heard about that.
I'm sure you've gotten a perspective on it, right?
Yes.
So my dad was a musician. He'd passed away in 2015. And a clown, I would say. My dad was a musician and a clown, and I try to carry on the clown legacy as well. He had dementia for about 18 years. So when I was 8 or so, he was diagnosed with dementia, and it was a long journey. It was frontotemporal degeneration was the type of dementia. And so I had grown up going to see him do shows with Frank. He was in a band with Frank called the Geezors. And that was a funny name because they made the band when they were 30. They were not old.
They were not geezers.
They were not geezers. They were 30-year-old men. And they thought that the oldest one could get was like 32 and that it was all over. So that Geezors. So I grew up going to see the Geezors in Hillsborough and all these house parties that they would play music at, and grew up listening to Frank's in particular singing with that band. And so my dad passed away in 2015. There was a long stretch before that where he wasn't able to play music with them. And these guys kept showing up for him and checking in and making sure he had music in his life. They would come visit him at the assisted living facility he was at and make sure there was music. And I would do the same. I'm not good at guitar. I would take my 3 chords I knew and I would play music for my dad and sing for him. And at some point I got a little brave, and it was 2020. So we do Tim Fest every year.
That's
being
your
a little
dad's
scattered.
name.
So my dad's name is Tim LaFone. And we do a celebration of him. All these guys were on board immediately. So we do this annually. We just did our 7th, 8th Tim Fest. And it was 2020, so it was virtual. And we didn't have enough footage, so I contributed 2 songs, me singing and playing guitar, which was like not a thing I was comfortable doing. It was like out of my comfort zone. And they were like, "Oh, we didn't know you like to sing and we're good at singing." And I was like, am I good at singing? I was just like, trying it out. I've always liked singing, but I never liked being.
Had you never performed or trained or practiced with any musicians before?
I was in band. I was a drummer in band. A percussionist. My band director would not like that I called myself a drummer. I was a percussionist in band. So I did that, but very different from singing. And I only took one chorus class my senior year because I did all my mandatory classes and I was like, what would be fun? So I took one chorus class, but had never done lessons. I'd been in some like small parts in theater productions. So no, not a lot of that, but I've always liked singing. So they invited me in. We started practicing together. I could tell at first they were like, I don't know, there was probably a weight associated with my dad and me, and they didn't quite know how to interact with me yet. And now at this time you can see we're just kind of like all very irreverent friends. But at the first they were like, this is Tim's daughter, like what's the vibe going to be? And we just really, they were so patient with me and they helped me figure out like they've all been performing for decades, all of them. And they're very talented and good at their instruments. And they let me have the space to figure out what I can contribute and what works and how to be less just terrified of the whole being in front of everybody thing.
In working with these old white, pasty white guys, is that what we call them?
I think that's what you called them, yeah.
I think they call themselves that.
Yeah, Bob does feel this way. He does use the word pasty to describe himself, yes.
So working with them, are there things you learned about your father you didn't already know?
Always new things. The journey of getting to know them as humans, as fellow humans, has been really fun for me. And I think it started at my dad's memorial service when Bob shared a story directly to me. He told me, your grandmother, my dad's mother, used to call him her little shit ass. I was like that. She'd say, "That's my little shit ass," and I was like, "You don't know how much I appreciate you sharing with me these things that I could." My mother would never say that.
How would you ever know that? How would you ever know that?
My mom is so reverent; she would never convey that to me if he didn't. And I was like, "You don't know what a gift that is that you can." Because I never met my grandmother either. So she passed away before I was born. So they just keep giving me gifts. He was close with my grandparents. Bob he was good friends with my dad, worked for my grandfather. I just have so much history and I keep learning from these guys. Just last week, Frank and I have been doing this song that I pulled from the Geezors set list that I love. Too Many Drivers is the name of the song. And it's a cover. It's not one of our original songs. And I asked Frank a question about it. And later that night, he sends me this long email telling me everything to remember about how they used to do the song, why they started doing the song. I mean, it's just so, those are the best gifts to receive. It's like time travel, like sharing with me something I could never know otherwise.
I do think, though, there's something so remarkable about your story of having music be the way you helped your dad transition. And then to be able to continue to build a relationship with your dad, even though he's gone, because you're with his former bandmates and they can tell you things about your dad that you would have never known. Like, that's so amazing.
I am so grateful for it. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And they've led me, I didn't know Rob, the bass player, Dave Shore, the drummer, who I'm sorry he can't be here today, but he's an amazing human. The other half of the band, right? I knew Bob and I knew Frank, and they brought me to these people who are now, I call all of them kind of my borrowed dads, because Bob especially is like, oh, your car battery's dead, I'll come over. I'm so lucky in so many ways.
So what are they teaching you beyond music? What are they teaching you about life, about aging, about resilience, about how you live your life? What lessons are you picking up from the senior generations that are put out to pasture in America culturally, whereas in a lot of cultures, most cultures, they honor seniors.
There's a reverence for seniors, yeah.
And here, but these guys, obviously you have a reverence for them.
They all take really good care of themselves. That's kind of a big deal. Like they're all kind of like, we're active, we do the things we want to do. They eat well. That's kind of a big deal for me. And again, my dad did pretty well as well, but like, you can't control any of that. You just want to do what you can control. And they're doing everything they can control to be like, because they all love living and being, they're all, most importantly, hilarious, So I think humor is
everything.
Just everything. It's
humor
everything.
And love and good food.
And good food.
And I
What's
could
good
go
food
on.
to
There's
you?
a lot of good things. Don't start.
Okay, all right. Okay. Heard.
It's a broad spectrum.
Heard. I
items.
understand. I like to eat.
Yeah.
I would say there's a humility to them. They have been doing what they do for decades.
Yeah.
But they never treat it that way. They always treat it as like, new day, what are we doing? How's this? I think collaboration, the way that they talk to each other and bring new ideas to each other is amazing. Like I said, I didn't really have a precedent for this. So like, this is the first group of people I've been in and gotten to do this with. I just think for me, it's the humor and the support of each other. And I don't know. I just think there are a bunch of people who act on the things that they stand for. And I think that's a huge deal, to be around and be like, they love their families. They're very, they do the things that they say are important to them. And that's huge.
In a world where generations are often divided, what do you think people miss out when they don't mix up the ages together or spend time with all the ages together?
I love that I'm smiling really big because I'm grateful that I haven't had this issue really. Hillsborough is such an incredible place. I'll go back to that. I do think there's just so much to be learned. And I think the pace of life has become untenable. It just to sustain like the things we do every day. And I think that the intergenerational relationships suffer for that, because you might need to slow down a little bit to interact with someone who is of advanced age. Not always. Like these guys are, quick as heck. But the people who you might need to slow down and engage with, they're going to have incredible things to share with you a lot of the time. And so if you don't do that, if the pace of life that you're keeping is keeping you from that, I do feel like people are missing out. And the experience, and for me, it's still the humor. Sorry, it's still the humor. They are so funny, and they have all of these stories. They know what humor is because they've had time to figure out.
They've perfected their humor.
What funny is to me, and that's so good, so good.
So has there been a moment, whether you're on stage or off stage, that perfectly captures for you why this entire experience of the Orange County lockdown ban matters to you?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it would be Tim Fest every year. So every year, especially that first one. The first one I wasn't a part of because I hadn't said anything. So the first one was Bob, Frank, and a third guy who was in the Geezors named Guy. They called themselves BFG, and they played at the first Tim Fest. That was incredible to me. Like, just to be, it felt like I was being taken back in time. I listened to those cassette tapes of their music from 25 years ago. Gosh, it's not, it was 25 years ago then. Now it's like, now it's like 35 years ago. And just can feel like what it was like to be a kid in Hillsborough going to those shows. So Tim Fest, since then, since I've gotten to be in the band with them, those are just like extreme gratitude moments where I'm just on stage with them, not even being able to believe that like just thinking about my dad and thinking about how are we in the same place? Look at all of us on the stage together. Like, we get to do this together. They're willing to have me do that. And they're just, I can feel them feeling the spirit of like, this playing music is supposed to be fun. Like, we're just here to have a really good time. We're here to entertain. We're here to show everybody a good time. And I think that's the moment every year that I look forward to, where I can just kind of like, you know, I try not to let too many mushy things slip out during our shows, but like, that's a show every year where I'm like, I get to say a few words and about how grateful I am for all of you and like everything you've shared with me.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you, Judy.
I'm looking forward to hearing you at your next.
Well,
wherever.
I want an invite to Tim Fest now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're getting an invite to Tim Fest.
I want to come to Tim Fest.
Every September, October. So like last weekend of September, 1st of October. So I will definitely reach out. And when we have our next date scheduled.
We're in.
Guess who we have now?
Who?
Frank Hunter. I hear Bob nicknamed him the Lick Hunter because he likes to lick his guitar.
Oh, is that what that means?
Play licks on his guitar.
Great. Good to know.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Frank Hunter, welcome.
Thank you.
We're really happy to have you.
Delighted to be here.
I loved meeting you and the whole crew a couple weeks ago over at the
Sidetrack.
to your birthday.
Yeah.
And there was this band, and there you were.
Mm-hmm.
Are you past 70, Frank?
I am.
And
Yes,
you are a retired pharmacist.
Yes,
How many kids do you have?
I have two.
And they're all grown up? And
Oh, yeah.
Are they around the area?
I have a son in Raleigh and a daughter in Charlotte.
They're close.
They're close enough, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So, Frank, you're a guitar player.
Yes.
Have you been playing guitar your whole life?
I started playing guitar when I was about 12.
That's pretty much your whole
That's
life.
pretty much my whole life, yeah.
Do you play in high school bands, or
No.
you just play guitar for yourself?
I played, I didn't start playing in bands until I was in college.
Okay.
And then I started playing in bands in college.
At UNC?
Well, the band wasn't in UNC, but
You were.
You were
yeah,
there.
I was. Yeah, I was the age.
Do you write songs?
I do write songs. I write some, yeah.
We're going to put Orange County Lockdown Band up on our website and all kinds of contact information, where to find you all. And so if you want to put some of your songs up there in some way, through the band's website or whatever, we would love our listeners, once they hear you sing,
Right.
to be able to access
Sure.
your material, because you're wonderful.
Well, thank you.
I really enjoyed, it was an unexpected treat for us to walk in and see what we call pasty old white guys. I love
The
that.
stale pale males.
Stale pale mix. Okay. And then you have this fantastic Sarah.
We do.
Oh my God. She just lights a fire.
Yes.
And-
She's taken like the stale pale males. She's taken that genre, and us being able to play with her is just a gift. It's just wonderful.
How do you feel playing with a younger generation person? How does it feel? Can you relate to her? Can she relate to you, other than like a father-daughter or grandparent kind of thing? You're not old enough to be the grandparent. Well, it depends.
Getting there. No, with her, well, I've known her whole life, which is helpful. I don't know, it might be a stranger to be playing with somebody that age that I had just met. But with her, it's a lot more comfortable playing with her because I've known her whole life.
And so how long have you been retired now?
Since 2020.
2020, right. So what do you do with your retirement time?
Well, I do some volunteer work. I drive for Meals on Wheels. I work at Food Pantry, OCIM in Hillsborough. I sing with a 40-piece men's choir in Durham, which is very interesting. I sing with a church choir, which is, makes me feel better about myself.
As you should.
Yeah, and
So you keep busy and keep
yeah, I
active.
keep pretty busy. I do woodworking
And did you tell me how old you are?
I did not, but I'll be 72 in March.
Well, okay. I'm trying not to say to people, you look great. Because, with your age, because you just look great. No matter how old you are, you're a good looking guy. You're
Thank
a
you.
dude. You're
Thank
a real
you.
dude.
Thank you.
You're married.
Don't hear that much, but thank you.
Well, I can't speak for your home life, but
Right.
I can tell you that what the neighbors think is we've talked to them.
Thank you.
And this is your life, Frank Hunter.
Right.
Wouldn't that be great to bring somebody in from his neighborhood to
Right.
just trash him? So, what does the formulation of this band and you're participating in it, what does it feel like for you?
Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, I just enjoy playing with everybody. I like everybody in the band, and it's just fun. I mean, we get together pretty much every Sunday afternoon for a couple of hours and play, and it's just fun to be around them.
And how do you feel when you get out on the stage? Which you've done performing before, but with this group, how does it feel to get out there and just let it rip?
Well, this band, I'm a lot more comfortable with this band than in the past, because we play enough together, and I don't know. I think you get to a point where when you're young, you're always worried about how you're going to appear to everybody, and then you reach a point where it's like, well, who cares? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for it.
Well, we'd love to hear you play the guitar and maybe sing a song for us.
Sure.
Would you do that for us?
Sure. Well, I could go to the mountains, 'cause they weren't very far. Or maybe the beaches, a short drive in my car. Or I could stay in the city, drink at the microbrew, take a hike in the country. So many things I could do. Thank you.
That was really good.
That was great.
Yeah. What do you feel the importance of music and continuing with your passion has meant for you as you are going through the journey of aging?
Well, you read things, they say that music is one of the last things that goes in mentally. And, I think it helps to keep me sharp, to keep playing. I mean, I play more now than I ever did when I was, working and that sort of thing. It's because I have more time to play. And it's nice, the music kind of fosters a sense of community, which is also, like they say, as you get older, having friends and having, outlets is such a good thing.
It's important to socialize.
Yeah.
And have different communities or have community.
Right. And I've met so many people from like playing in bars and stuff, like meeting y'all,
Just picking up people in bars.
Yeah. Had we not, been playing in the bar that particular night, we wouldn't be here. So it's nice to meet people along the way.
Getting out and mixing it up is
Yeah.
so important to get off the couch and out that front door.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it has been a real pleasure to have you, Frank. We really appreciate you and the whole band coming in today.
Glad to do it.
We can't wait to see you again. And
Thank
if
you.
our listeners want to know more about Orange County Lockdown Band,
Mhm.
please go to our website. And also, if you'd like to know more about our mugs, are not ready for the farm mugs, they are available on our website. Okay, thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
That was great. I loved their music.
Yeah.
Did you love how each of them played their own original song?
Oh, they're amazing. I mean, the music is great, but also the stories and how they came together, and Sara and her dad and all of it. They're wonderful and super inspirational.
They're inspiring, and we're going to go see them some more.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
playing in a few places around town, and we're all going to go out and go see them.
Well, now they have groupies.
Now they do.
You and me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And our whole crew.
Yeah.
The Orange County Lockdown Band, and you can learn about them if you go to our podcast. You can click, and you can go through to their website, and there's music. Their music is accessible to you, and it's really good.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Definitely check it out. And what they're doing and the message they brought with us to us today is really about staying active, living fully.
And doing the thing you love to do and letting go of all the pressure and the judgment. And they're out there doing it, and they're successful because they've just decided to do the thing they care about, and people are responding positively.
And I love that Sara, who's 32, loves these guys. And they interact. They're musicians. They're making music. It doesn't matter the age.
Yeah.
So,
also, they're doing a cross-generational thing, and you can see that the guys really respect Sara and how great she is, and she also learns from them and really cares for them. And it just shows too that doing things with people of different ages, like you and me,
yes,
is really good for all of us,
Well,
right? And we all get something out of it.
It creates community.
Yeah.
We live in the same community. You do your thing, which is motherhood. You teach at the University of UNC.
Yeah.
You're the mayor of town of Chapel Hill, and you're very active on a lot of other things. You show up all over the place, and it's a lot of work, but you're living your best life. You're really fully engaged with everything you do, and you show up with a big smile. And we're doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Because we're friends, and every time I see your smile, it makes me laugh. So no matter what, or smile, or feel good, or feel better about myself. So the key is hang around with people who make you feel better about yourself.
Right.
Don't, people who are negative or people who bring you down, you get to choose whether to hang
Oh, yeah,
out
we
there.
don't have time for that.
No time.
We don't have time.
No time for wasting our time.
No.
I wish them well. Hopefully I can be an example of how to have a better attitude. But as the road gets narrower as you get older, who you choose to spend time with, how you want to spend your time, it's a matter of choice. And I'm having the time of my life.
Well, the only reason I agreed to do this is because I think you're hilarious. I love hanging out with you, and we have a great time.
And I think you're hilarious, and we always...
We think we're hilarious.
And we've spent so much time together laughing. And so when I thought about, okay, who do I want to do this with? Oh, Jess, because, and you're smart and you're funny and you're informed.
Because we're just cut up.
And you have a big heart. And this is what we're bringing. It's a journey. You're a Gen Xer. You're 47.
I am.
You're a Gen Xer. You're on this journey now. You have 2 kids.
Well, we've always been, though, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're always getting older.
Always getting older.
However old you are.
Because be grateful. If you're not aging, you be dead. This is what I say. And you can get our mug on our website. I always talk about this. We have one piece of swag.
Yeah.
Do I do it right? Is this good?
I think that's a Vanna.
It's a Vanna thing.
It's Vanna.
I was backstage there once in LA at the
so that's
Wheel of
why
Fortune.
you are so
That's
professional.
why I have this. I have this. Right.
Obviously.
And so we don't know how much it costs. It won't be much. And we'd love for you to have one. We only have a few collector's items.
And I love that every week you say that we don't know how much it costs. And you had, all this time to go figure out how much it costs, but don't know.
I haven't looked at our website.
And I like that. Right. I like that you're really
Somebody else looks at it. You can find all the information about our guests, the Orange County Lockdown Band, and all the guests we've had this season on our website. And you can see their TED Talks and their written articles, everything. It'll be there for you, and how you can contact them. Because we are really grateful for all the people who've been showing up to join us. And when they
must be nuts to come over here. But we love it.
They send us emails thanking us. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's really
They
nice. They
are lovely.
Well, they say they have more fun here than anywhere they've been.
Well, because we're a good time.
We bring you so many different conversations showing how many different roads can lead to the same destination. a life that feels alive, having goals, challenges, competition. Although recognizing that many of our activity choices depend on our aching knees and hips. For some of us, it's more than being active. It's about being competitive, setting a goal, training for it, showing up, and discovering in the process that we are still capable of old athletic pursuits, or new activities we discover. We're going to meet the coordinator and some successful senior participants in sports, the arts, creative, and intellectual competitions, illustrated by our visiting friends from the Chatham Senior Games. These competitions for people 50 plus are held all over every state at the county level, so you can find somebody where you are. They draw participants from all walks of life who share one thing in common: they refuse to sit on the sidelines. Think about what that means in practice. You sign up for something, maybe something you haven't done since you were young, or maybe something completely new that you never imagined doing. You start training, you carve out time in your week, you find a rhythm, and then you show up at an event and you are suddenly surrounded by hundreds of people who did the very same thing. You make new friends, maybe beat the pants off someone you target. Okay, don't go that far. That's just me. Our guests today will share about the competition and events, which, as thrilling as they are, may become secondary to the community that's created, people who share their same fire, the friendships formed at practice, the training partners who become your people, the conversations at events with strangers who feel somehow like kindred spirits. And for me, that's brewski afterward in fellowship. When you walk into that arena, whether it's a track, a studio, or a stage, these are your people. Folks who showed up, chose this, and also refused to coast. Our guests in this segment have discovered that world, and their lives look genuinely different because of it. Fuller, more structured, and more purposeful. They've got seasons to train for. They've got people counting on them. They've got something to look forward to. They gain pride in their efforts and performances. It's not too late to compete, to challenge ourselves, to show up, and have some fun. I'm really happy to have with us today as our guest Liz Lahti, who is the center manager at the Pittsboro Center for Active Living. I like that because it's not for old dried up raisins or retired people or seniors. It's like active living. I like it. Liz, welcome. You're with Chatham County, North Carolina, and you are in the service of aging services over there.
Correct.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
We're really happy to have you at Not Ready for the Farm, our journey of aging, which actually includes all the things you're doing with the games at Chatham County, which is your county games, and then you have that go on to North Carolina, and then national games, and you're it. And you've won some state awards. Liz is a heavy hitter here. She's taken in the last 8 years the participation in the Chatham County games from in the low hundreds to now 400. Is that right? 400 participants?
408.
408 last year.
Correct.
So what about, how many volunteers?
How many volunteers? We use a lot of staff, and we use some community partners too. So I would say, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 volunteers. So it started off, anybody who is 55 years of age or older could participate. And we had multiple sports, and then we also had silver arts. And so if you're an artist, you can participate too. So then they moved it to 50, and they said, oh, now all the staff that's 50 years plus have to participate in it. So I started off running. I thought, well, I was a runner back in the day. I was a runner in junior high. We called it junior high, not middle school. And then, life gets ahead of you and whatever. And so I ended up, when I was probably in my 40s, I decided I was going to run again. My daughter encouraged me, who is on the video. She's going, come on, Mom, go.
You look
go.
great.
Well, she started off, she says, let's just run a mile and you can stop, after a quarter of a mile. Well, she tricked me. So that's how it all started. But anyways, so I started running and becoming part of the Senior Games and just fell in love with it. It was just seeing the people, the camaraderie and the competition, and it was just amazing seeing these people. So we have different ones. I was talking to you about this earlier. So we have people that maybe were in middle school or high school and were part of, some sport, and then life got in the way, and they decide, hey, I'm going to do this again. And so they do it, and it's great.
So Liz, the Senior Games, the intention that I've picked up from your website and all the things I've read, it's sort of a wellness and prevention program to keep the body, mind, and spirit fit while fostering participation by friends and family and spectators and volunteers and other seniors and the senior themselves. Would you say that's pretty much the mission?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's a way for the seniors to compete, to work with others and befriend them and stay active. So
let's talk about some of the games on the sports side that you've added, and what's the whole curriculum now?
Sure.
I have a list, but I'd rather you tell about it.
Sure.
And wait, if you have 400 participants, some of them double dip and go 2, 3, 4 sports.
Exactly.
So tell all the sports and what's the busiest and what are you adding?
So you can, if you sign up as for the registration in Chatham County, you can do any of the sports. There's not an extra fee. You pay one fee and then you can do any of the sports and any of the arts. I think it's $25. Well, it depends on if you're early bird or...
The website says 20, so I'm going to make sure you don't,
Listen, the inflation.
I know, but it says 20. I mean, I'm just saying.
So we pickleball is our largest one. Oh my goodness, it runs. Yes, pickleball is the largest sport that we have. But we also have other racket sports. We've got tennis. We've got table tennis. We have lots of course, you're going to use the ball. So we have basketball. We've got billiards. We added billiards this year.
Really?
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Yeah,
that may be one I might do.
Yep, we do billiards. We do football throw, softball throw, golf. We added disc golf.
What other sports? Okay.
So we have bocce. We have horseshoes. We have cornhole. We have. Let me think. What else?
Have croquet.
Croquet. And we also do golf croquet.
Golf.
So it's
cool.
the whole setup is a little bit different. So it's set up more like a golf course, and so instead of the croquet normal.
So you got swimming.
Swimming, track and field.
Fun walks.
Fun walks.
Track and field.
What's
cycling.
a fun walk?
Cycling. The fun walk is a mile-long walk.
Who walks the funniest?
That's funny. So they do get the participation ribbon if they do the fun walk. Everybody gets a ribbon. There's no competition there.
See, I'm just saying.
I think that is very appropriate.
Everybody has different perspectives.
Yeah.
And we have to honor it. So what we should do is get a bunch of participation ribbon. And if you want one when you leave, when you're also taking the protein bars that the sponsors give, take your participation ribbon and get out of here, right? No, go home proud.
There is some counties that do that.
You would be taking the snacks and the ribbons,
I would take all
that
the
would
snacks,
be the problem.
all the snacks, if I like them. They have to be good protein bars. I have to be careful. Less sugar, more protein bars. You got to do it well. I want to hear from our listeners. Let us know what games are going on in your place, what senior activities, what's going on. I know there are residential living places, that have games and competitions. I love all that. I mean, I think my whole belief is that attitude and staying active and showing up and getting outside and communicating and connecting will keep you younger, and that's a big elixir for longevity. I live by this. And I've said before, you can look at the glass half empty or half full. For me, it's that there's a glass at all. That there's a glass that you can fill endlessly with the abundance of the universe. Whatever you want, you got to go. Now, your winners from pickleball and swimming or whatever, they go to the state games.
If they place first, second, or third in their age group, then they can move on to the state games.
That's fantastic. So you go to the state games. So, all right, when is registration for you annually?
Annually, we register starting in February. So we go from all of February's early bird registration, and then in March is the regular registration.
So it's $20 early and $25 if you do late, right? Now, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank God you told her that, because otherwise she was
It's
going to
worrying me
be
the
filing
whole-
like
this
consumer
whole-
protection suits and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
I know.
Consumer protection.
I saw you were
exactly.
getting upset about it. Yeah.
You know, you got to look out for the peeps.
Yeah,
right?
that's
My
right.
peeps.
That's right.
So-
Well, so as an advocate for Orange County, which is where we live, are we in like hot competition?
Not really. We're actually doing our track and field with them, but we did have more participants than Orange County.
And we're a lot bigger, aren't we? I think we're a little bigger. Not.
Well, I just happen to have the stats here.
Oh, okay. Well, I invited this. I brought this on myself, to be fair. But I was just wondering, like, you know, why are we allowing you in Orange County to use our facilities if we're competing?
Excuse me, because Orange County gets to use some of theirs too. It's being friendly and it's called sharing.
Oh.
You have kids.
Oh.
Sharing.
Yeah.
See,
Got it.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead. Tell us about how much better you're doing than Orange. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, we just happen to have maybe more people that are participating. So we did 408 last year, and Orange County did 251.
Now, aside from the sports, you have what's called silver arts. Tell us about that.
So there's 4 different categories. We have literary arts, we have heritage arts, we have visual arts, and performing arts. I think you would do great in the performing arts.
You think?
Oh, of course.
No, I'm shy. You're not supposed to. There's no laughing, okay? This is not supposed to be hilarity. This is supposed to be serious. We're talking about the journey of aging. You get old and you die, okay? How you live it in between, we want to do it joyously with great participation and love and caring, right? And that's what you do. So let this guest of ours tell us how to do that with the things that she has us participating in. And thank you for the compliment, performing arts. So here's what I get excited about with the games, is that you're out there meeting people. You've created community. And, you know, as we get older, the road gets narrower, okay? With the time remaining in our lives is less than the time we've had getting to whatever age we're at. And we, you know, we can stay home, we can be lonely, or we can stay home and have fun like I do, watching, you know, videos and movies and music all day and reading, and I could never go out. And so I make myself go out because I do like other people. I love them. But I know it's, what's that? Yeah. I love it. So getting out is it's so healthy. The whole, you know, I read all this stuff about longevity. And one of the keys, besides nutrition and genetics, is your attitude and your activity level and your sense of community and being involved. It's a great way to combat loneliness. And loneliness is a killer for in any stage of life. Loneliness means you don't want to be alone. You want companionship or whatever. It doesn't mean, you know, I mean, you can be in groups of people and be lonely. So it's finding your peeps, finding your people, finding your activity, finding your joy, whether it be basket weaving or going to senior centers. Yeah, instead of sitting on the couch, you know, get up, just get out the house and volunteer. How many participants bring guests and, you know, what's the peanut gallery like?
So if it is sort of a competition between even the retirement communities. So if Carolina Preserve comes, then they bring their whole cheering section. If Carolina Meadows comes, they, you know, bring their own cheering section. And so, yeah, they bring their chairs, especially for pickleball. They bring their chairs, their coolers, their umbrellas, you know, and they're set for the day.
The thing that I thought you said was really important was just about the mental health benefits and how important this is in combating loneliness. And you kind of had some information on like what really the impact is.
Yeah, so during COVID, there was a lot of people that were socially isolated, and they found out that if you don't get that interaction, it's almost like smoking a pack of cigarettes a day that it does to your body, to your health.
So this is like a huge thing that you're offering beyond just fun or socializing, you know, in a kind of nice to have, but not necessary, right? These are incredibly, like, these are critical services for people.
This is really, and I've seen what Chatham County has. You have a lot of services. And I'd like our listeners to let us know what they like that's going on in their areas with senior activities and opportunities, or even benefits like maybe mental health or and games. And do let us know. Come to our website and communicate with us, and we'll get back with you. Thank you so much for being with us
it's my
today,
pleasure.
Liz. You're tremendous. Liz Lahti, and we will see you soon.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
I'm really happy you're here today. Wanda, this is Wanda Durham, who has been a participant in the games for how many years now?
4 years.
4 years. How'd you hear about them?
Actually, I was going to the Seymour Center in Orange County first. And I said, it has to be someplace closer. If Orange County has a senior center, Chatham should have one. So I looked it up. And I saw they had line dancing. So I went over there and I met Jackie Green, who was the event. She was in charge of all of the exercise classes and things like that. So she signed me up and I was just going for a line dance. And so one Thursday she said, hey, why don't you come over and go with us? We're going bowling. Don't you want to go bowling? Yeah. I said, okay, not knowing it had anything to do with the senior games. So I went bowling with them and just...
You didn't throw a hip out or anything like that?
No, not that time.
Okay.
So,
not at that time.
And then that's when I found out they had another center in Siler City because we had to pick those people up. And then we went to the bowling alley and had a fine time. She said, can I sign you up for the senior game? I said, what? No. So that was like back in, I guess it was 2019. And I said, no, I'm not, I can't play well enough to be in games. So.
Now, how long ago did you retire?
I retired in 2010 from teaching for 36 years.
What'd you teach?
Elementary education. I was mostly in second grade.
Amazing.
Loved it. And we moved from Columbia, Maryland to Briar Chapel right here.
It's great. They're getting it on over there. How's the STD rate at Briar Chapel?
Well, I am in this organization called Oasis, and that's for older adults supporting and helping one another. Yes. But I think everybody's pretty cool out there.
Yeah, so you lived there with your husband, Al.
Yes.
Yes. So tell me about what you did participate in and how Al supported you. And that story is wonderful.
Well, I started going to the chair yoga because they actually came into the Briar Chapel area at the Parks and Recs at the Chatham Grove Elementary. And Liz was my instructor.
Liz Lahti.
Oh,
how
And she was talking about the
my.
senior games. And I said, I remember Jackie talking to me about that. She would go on and on about it. So I said, maybe I might compete. So I told her, I said, I might compete this year. Oh, that's great. And then one time she said, well, we need someone to help with the football throw. And I thought, by the end of the class, I raised my hand. I said, my husband will do that.
Oh, you volunteered your husband? Yeah.
Because I wanted him to get involved in something I was involved in. And he was playing golf with our neighbor, but that was as far as he was any kind of exercise or anything he was doing. So I thought if I could get him interested.
Sure.
So I went home and I said, remember my teacher I told you about named Liz? Your yoga teacher. She needs someone, how they like to be needed. She needs someone to help with the football throw. He said, what do you mean? I said, it's senior games. And a lot of old people playing. I said, yes, like you.
Well, he's an old football coach, right?
Yes, he played football in high school and college. He even tried out for the Denver Broncos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then he coached football at high school. He was the quarterbacks and kickers coach. And he also coached basketball. So he loves to coach. He loves sports, all sports. So, but especially football was his number one, and then basketball.
So what did you start out and compete in when you first got involved?
When I first started out was cornhole and basketball throw. Those were and that was in 2022. And when I told my kids, I think my sons were little, really, Mom? But my daughter, she said, oh my goodness. And she was homeschooling at the time. The next thing I knew, she was there at the games. They had signs, go seniors, go grandpa. It just touched my heart that they were so excited for me to be participating.
It's a big step.
It was.
I mean, during retirement since 2010, what did you do? What have you done other than the games to keep yourself active?
I went back to substitute before we moved down here. I substituted in Maryland, and when we moved here, we had an aunt who was living, and she said, "So what are you going to do with yourself?" Oh, because myself was saying, "I'm gonna sit around and watch TV and go to." I said, "You have to do something." I said, "Okay." So I started volunteering with the Meals on Wheels. It was of Orange. Chapel Hill and Carborough at the time. Now it's of Orange County. And I'm still with them. We met over at Binkley Church.
Mm-hmm. I know Binkley, that's my voting precinct. I live over that way.
Good.
Yeah.
So now we're over in Thomas More.
That's a beautiful
part.
church.
Yes.
That's
we're
really
in the annex part where they have the daycare. And all.
Yeah.
So we have our own space because we had to share a lot over
So you volunteered.
Yes, I volunteered. And then I said, back home, I went to the senior center, so let me find one here. So that's when I started going to Seymour. And then I wanted something closer.
Have you made friends through the senior games?
I have made, yes. It was a friend there, a lady there named Betty, who was a fantastic bowler. So, I said, oh, you bowl well. So even now, we're friends. I sit at this lunch table with her and we talk. I go to her church sometime when they have special events. So I'm still friends with her.
And unfortunately, a few years back, Al died.
Yes.
And he was participating and helping with the football throw.
Yes.
And what are you doing now?
Now I do the football throw. I don't teach. I don't train the men. I compete against them.
I love it. How do you do at it?
I've done pretty well. I've gotten gold. Now I have to qualify that. The first time, I was the only one in my age group, so I was a cinch to win. But last year I had competition, and I won. But may I say that I did beat some of the men in.
You may
say that. You may say that.
Yes. Peanut Gallery really likes that too. I know. My associate producer is just cheering. She's entering cheerleading soon.
Oh yeah.
She's going to start up the Orange County cheerleading group. She's very enthusiastic. Well, so so besides the games, you have a social network, right, of people, and you hang out. You go to movies or theater or church or you have meals together because you're now solo. You're single.
Solo. It's such a difference. And if I did not have the Pittsburgh Center for Active Living, I really don't know what I would do because I go there for my lunch meals and I participate in their exercise classes 3 days a week. I still go to line dancing. And I've also, this past year, I entered the Silver Arts because I started basket weaving there. And so I've made baskets, which I entered, and I came in second place with the basket weaving. And I've also I'm doing the jewelry, the beading class.
Oh, nice.
I made this what I have on my
That's beautiful.
Thank you. And
That's
one of
very
them
nice.
I entered, and I came in first place there.
Really, for
a necklace I made, yes.
Not too bad. And there was competition, right?
Oh, yes, it was competition because it's, every center. It wasn't just from our center.
Right.
Yeah, it was from our center in Siler City and whoever else in the community wanted
Did you go on to the state?
I was qualified for it, but I did not go. I haven't done that yet. I qualified in cornhole and I qualified for the football throw. And my daughter's been encouraging me to do that.
That's wonderful.
And she said, we'll be there if you come up. Just give me the date. So I'm going to work my way up to doing that. I figured people from all over the state would chance, but I think I'm going to try it. Maybe 2026 is the year.
You are a woman who has a wonderful attitude about life.
Thank you.
And you will live long and well with that attitude, God willing.
God.
I mean, there are things that happen to us we have no control over.
Yes.
I mean, nutrition has a lot to do with
Yes.
longevity. Nutrition has a lot to do with our life and what's in our food, and that's a whole another episode and
Right.
conversation. But, you know, if you're living right, and you stay active, and you
Yes.
have the most wonderful attitude.
Thank you.
Now, where does your daughter live?
She lives in Richmond, Virginia. with
Okay.
Her husband and 2 children.
Oh, so she comes down to cheer you
Yes,
on.
They come down.
That's
to cheer
great.
me on. And they've been at every senior game that I participated in from 22 to 25.
Wanda, that's fantastic. Well,
Yes.
I have another question, and
Okay.
that is, what does winning really mean to you? What does the word winning really mean to you?
That I accomplished something that in the beginning I didn't know if I could get there, but because I persevered and gave it a try, I ended up with a reward that makes me feel good about myself.
What does participation in these games feel like to you?
It makes me feel like I'm part of a group that welcomes me and wants me to be there.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Can't thank you enough for joining us today.
Thank you.
And we'll have pictures about you on through the episode and on our website. Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
You're tremendous.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, we'll be seeing you at the games this year.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Wanda.
Thank you.
Wanda Durham from Chapel Hill. Today, we are fortunate to have Victor Rodriguez with us. And
Thank you.
Victor, where do you live? What area?
We live by Jordan Lake.
Jordan Lake. So
Yeah.
you live in Durham?
Yes, it's a Chapel Hill address, but we're closer to Pittsburgh.
How did you find out about the senior games?
I was driving one day with my wife around the country, and I saw this sign, Vita something, and said, Lorna, let me check this out. So, yeah, I will stay reading in the car. So I went out, I opened the door, and Linda is walking around. Say, can I help you? Say, yeah, what is this Vita? Oh, I'm having an introduction now. Do you want to be a volunteer? Come and sit down for 5 minutes. And that was it. That was it. She hooked me up with volunteering. In a month, I was doing exercises. And then Liz came and said, why don't you help us on this and this? Come back again. So, and that was it. It's more fun than playing. You know, the senior game is more fun. It's more social. You meet a lot of people. You travel. And, you know, it's like so family.
Does your
So-
wife participate or support you or volunteer?
I got her to participate in arts this year. She did a quilt. She started quilting
Quilting.
2 years ago, and this year she won at the county level and the state level.
Really? So you've been to the state, and so has she.
Yeah. I did archery, basketball throw, and softball throw, just to give it a try, you know. And I did good. This year I participated in 6 sports, different sports. I got 3 golds, 2 silver, and 1 copper. But it's, you know,
Well,
it's fun.
aren't you
And when
just
and-
the
and we-
bee's knees?
Yeah, we did.
This
We
is
went
great.
to the senior pickleball mix, double,
Mhm.
and that was fun too. That was a lot of fun.
So what have these games meant for you and your wife in your life?
I think it's the sense of accomplishment. I kind of plan to do things to accomplish. So I just don't go to play. I say, well, if you want to do cycling, you have to participate. You have to warm up. You have to. So every day for the last couple of months, my wife and I go out and do walking or jogging. She's getting to do gym at least twice a week now.
Have you ever thought of being a triathlete?
That's right. Yeah, it's my goal next year.
Really?
Yes.
So what part of it? There are 3 parts. what part of it challenges you, or have you tried a little of, or are you going to move into?
I tried them all. I think I can do it.
Really?
Yeah. I have to
Bicycle,
work,
running,
yeah.
and then swimming.
Yeah. I have to work more on my swimming, but running and cycling is easy for me.
That's wonderful. Obviously, you stayed in great shape all this time. You're very fortunate.
That's right. Oh, yes.
What does winning really mean in your perspective?
I say thriving for better, more better.
Getting better.
Getting better, getting better. But work for it. Just go for it. Don't wait for it to come to you.
And participating, it makes you feel obviously fulfilled. Obviously,
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's
Yes.
filling your spirit, and it gives you something all year to be involved with, particularly volunteering and helping over at the center.
We have 480 participants at the county level. But when I went in September to the pickleball state, we were at 900 players there in one day. They have 30 courts in Wilson. I think it's 30 courts in Wilson.
Wow.
And they're full all the time. I mean, this was awesome.
It's been my honor to have you and to join us here, and for our listeners, information about Victor Rodriguez and his photos and his appearances at the games will be on our website.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
coming.
coming.
You all. Thank you.
You've been great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our hope is this episode has inspired you to step forward and find your own meaningful activity and purpose. Check out what's happening where you live, perhaps your local senior center or local senior activities. Believe me, we all know how to isolate. Take a moment and perhaps dip your toes in the water. Let us know how it's going for you. Check out our website and send us information on how your participation has been going. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you down the road. We appreciate you joining us here at Not Ready for the Farm as we navigate the journey of aging. Please like and subscribe and visit our website at notreadyforthefarm.com. Find us wherever you stream your podcasts.